excited to welcome you back to in-person worship services at the building. Starting August 30th, we're going to be meeting together here again. Now, because we're in the middle of a pandemic, there's a lot of guidelines that we need to show you, and we've made this little video to kind of help you understand what it is we're returning to. So, let's go check those guidelines out.
Today we're going to take you through what it looks like when you come to the building on Sunday. You'll notice that the Wilson family is maintaining their 6 feet distance and that they all have on a mask.
Mask will be required for everyone 10 and over, and for younger kids who are willing to as well, as long as they can. We're also asking that you don't hug or handshake, even though it's going to be really difficult, but maintain social distancing, even from people in your larger group.
When you get to the building, you will see our friendly greeter. He will take you straight to your seats. And all of our seats are about 6 feet or more apart, maybe a little bit more than a preacher length. Find hand sanitizers all over the building, and please make use of those and try not to form a line.
Worship is going to be in the new remodeled E-Wing, and it will only be 45 minutes, and there will not be any nursery or children's worship. So children and babies are going to be in here with us, and we welcome the enthusiasm and the wiggles of children. There will not be any Bible classes for any ages during this phase of returning to live worship, because the less time we spend in tighter constricted spaces or in the building as a whole, the better. Now, if you've been giving online, we encourage you to continue to do so. If not, there are boxes in the back that you can put cash or checks in.
And please, do not move the chairs or run over to see your friends. We know how hard this is, but we've got to maintain our distance to minimize the spread of germs and out of consideration for those around us. Now back to the mask. It is really important to keep those on the whole time you are in the building, even after you sit down, even and especially when you start singing. Each sermon will end with instructions and a communion prayer.
If you are a part of a tiny church or receiving communion and doing communion at home, you will go out these doors. If you're not, you will go out those doors with the appropriate signage, and there will also be ushers dismissing each row one at a time. So one of the strengths of our tradition is that we take communion every week. It's the most important thing that we do every week. And so this is a real challenge to take communion and make it really, really important in the time of a pandemic. So what we would like to do is encourage everyone who's a part of a tiny church to keep taking communion at tiny church instead of at the building. But if you're at the building and not a part of a tiny church, come, and each service will end with a communion prayer, and then you will be dismissed to receive communion from one of our shepherds. As they bless you, you will carry it off with you and take communion separately, but still being a part of a broader community. We didn't want to take communion in the room together because we didn't want to encourage anyone or everyone to take off their mask at the same time, and we think this makes it still special and meaningful and part of being community together.
We are truly in this together. We are trying to figure it out as we go. The elders and staff have worked really hard to make sure that when we're here together, that we feel connected and loved and safe. It is important to us for us to all be together and to be able to do this wisely.
A huge part of this being successful and healthy and safe depends on you following these guidelines as we try to come together again. Now, if you have not RSVP'd to coming back to in-person worship, you can go to pvcc.org/countmein. We can't wait to be together again. Until then, grace and peace, PV.